So the first question that was submitted was, what is your main tip for increasing direct bookings? And there are literally so many verticals and so many ways we can go down that. But if you want to know the best way of increasing your direct bookings, and I don't have my phone to hand when I'm working, I like to leave my phone in the car, but that is your best device right now to increasing your direct bookings is your telephone.
Having a blast, gonna get it on the Bruce Lee podcast. Bruce Lee like Bruce Lee, cause it's so hard and the T is loose leaf. Making up those rhymes, don't write it, just do it loosely. If you want my respect, you better put direct. Here are the words in the podcast, that's what comes next.
That is your best device right now to increasing your direct bookings is your telephone. It's the contacts that are in your phone. And it's something that I've just recently revisited. I've been sort of rehashing and recapping almost 12 years of hospitality, because this year I'm putting together my first ever book. The first draft has been put together and it's going to be released in November, which I'm excited to tell more about when it is ready. But to put the book together, I had to sort of like really re-dig into things that I've done in the past for the family business that worked. And one of the best things that I've done, and one of the things that I've talked about quite a lot since, is utilizing your contacts, your relationships that you already have. Now, they may be friends, it could be acquaintances, it could be people in the local area, it could be past guests. I think what stands the test of time in any industry, it's not so much of what you know, it's who you know. And it's the same in any environment. And I've worked in lots of different environments. I used to be a soccer coach. I used to work in offices. I even used to do garden and mulching back in the day when I was a backpacker traveling around Australia. And again, it's the same thing all the time. It's not who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And this is fantastic for direct bookings because, again, you can just literally get your phone out. You can just pick 10 contacts, and it could be close friends, or it could be just acquaintances, or just anybody like that. And it can be simply a case of picking the phone up. Or if you're not confident in picking the phone up, you can send a text message or a WhatsApp, as me and David, I try and get David on the WhatsApps, but he's having none of it. But again, you can do a WhatsApp, a voice note, and just literally reach out to somebody. And just, there's 4 little words that are really, really, really important. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone that's coming to the area? Do you know anyone that needs accommodation? Did you know that we've got accommodation and we're looking for guests? Do you know anyone who's coming to town? And if you ask 10 people, and you'd be surprised at what the answer may be. If you ask 10 people and they all say no, and you ask another 10 people, if you keep going down that train, eventually someone will go, you know what, I do know somebody. And again, because that know, like, and trust factor is there, you've already established that, and it's really, really powerful. And that's even before we get on to previous guests. You've got guests that have already stayed with you. They know you, they like you, they trust you. And again, it's super powerful and really popular. You don't even have to rely on email for this, because again, a lot of the times, if a guest books with you via an OTA, you don't get that email address really, but you all get the phone number, the WhatsApp number. And again, it's a simple thing, picking up the phone, having a call. And when I do this tactic, I always used to adopt the 80-20 rule. So I wasn't just calling up everybody. I wasn't calling up people that came for a one-night stay or, fly by through. I was doing the 80-20 rule. So I was looking at the 20% of guests that either brought in 80% of the revenue, so a real big booking, or it was 80% of people that I knew that were just really nice people, or they just had a really good time. They left that amazing review, or just, if for those that have been in hospitality for a long time, there's guests that but because they keep coming back kind of regular, they just become friends. And that's what I love about this business and hospitality, is that we had guests come year after year after year to our family business, and they were invited to mine and Laura's wedding, my wife Laura, because we got to know them so well. And again, it's just a case of picking up the phone when you really need it and just go, do you know anyone?